There we go. So first of all, I want to say thanks for having me and taking the time to hear about listings to leads. As you know, we kind of rolled you out just recently, so all of the agents there have access to this. And I just want to, with that, you should get login codes from us, and if not, then email me and I'll help you get that. But you use this tab up here up on the top right where it says My Account. You don't need to start a free trial. The office is already picking it up. So you log in up here by clicking My Account, and that'll take you into your account. So before we dive into what's here, I do want to kind of tell you what we do. We've been running around, or not running around, but building this platform out for about 10 years. And we've been pretty successful in creating tools for agents, whether they have listings or whether they don't have listings. And those tools are designed to help them get, there we go. To help them get listings, referrals, and buyers, right? So there are a number of tools in here, whether you have listings or not. These tools are automatically generated. And really the key to listings to leads, or the trick, is in order to get the value, you got to use the tools. Your listings, because you're with Century 21, automatically flow into our system. And that means that if you do a little bit of setup early, we can auto post to your social media. We will send you a number of tools automatically. And if you open those emails that we send you and you use those tools, you can find, like many of our other clients, that they're able to grow their business by not just capturing leads, but closing transactions. I don't know if you knew this. We just got off of a call about 15 minutes ago with an agent who's, I don't know, been with us for a little more than a half year, who's closed 7 transactions this year with our system. And it was a great call. She basically said, "Hey, I only do 3 things now. I I learn everything and use all the tools that we can with listings to leads. I create video, so she actually invests in some high quality video, and she does a weekly email every Friday with MailChimp." And she is basically saying in the past, I think 4 months, she's got 7 deals with this system. And I'm going to show you a little bit more from other folks of, kind of the success. But before we get into that, I kind of want to show you what you need to know for when we get off this call. I am recording this call, and Listings to Leads does a lot. As you can imagine, we've been doing this for 10 years. When we started, we had one tool. We were a one-click posting to Craigslist. And we captured the most leads of any of the companies out there. If you remember Postlets and other kinds of, I don't know, there are other players out there at the time. We were the best. We were fast, and we captured a huge amount of leads. And it was awesome until Craigslist decided to turn their website upside down, and all the realtors had to run away. And we, in the meantime, could sort of see the writing on the wall, and we knew that we had something great for capturing leads. We just needed to apply it to the broader internet. And that's kind of our philosophy. Is we know that agents do so many things throughout the course of the day. They send out emails, they respond to questions, they want to use video, they got to hold an open house. Maybe they don't have listings, but they still got to do something to get some business. And so all of the tools in our system are designed for you to use at various stages of your business, right? And that means, unfortunately, for realtors, is that this cannot be like, let me just turn on this switch and have listings to leads change my life, right? That would be awesome. We'd be charging you a lot more than what we are charging you right now. But instead, we have a number of tools. Most of them are automatically created and sent to you. And if you use them, yeah, we're going to change the shape of your business. So right here is where you log in. And whenever you log in, you're going to see the same page, just like I'm looking at it here. You're going to see we have live classes. And where it's register now, you should get on some of those. We actually just have the 7 new deals called just now. It was pretty awesome. And if you want to just see some without waiting, you can click the learn more, and we have recorded webinars there. But in the spirit of, where are the resources for you? These live calls. You should, since you're new to us, honestly, you should try to get on once a week on one of our calls to see all of the stuff we're doing. We're actually adding new tools right now, and you're going to want to be taking advantage of those. But the number one tool that I definitely want you to be looking at is right here. It says Get Started. So there are 4 green buttons here. And, Get Started, I'm going to walk us through because it's an important page. Facebook advertising is a really important platform for you to be investing your dollars on. We have really, really strong tools. And many of our clients use our tools in tandem with Facebook advertising, and we see that is the best place to invest money. It's one of the best places. There are a couple of other ways. I'm going to show you those as well. And then if you're holding an open house, whether it's your own open house or you're holding an open house for somebody else, you should definitely be using our tools. And so you want to go look at this page here. And then the last thing is the listing presentation. And I'm sure you have a listing presentation, but I recommend that you click on this page and you go look at the videos presented from other clients about how they are presenting this. And as I mentioned, we just got off of a call of 7 new deals in a matter of months with another agent. And she, like many of our clients, are saying, I'm winning listing presentations because of listings to leads. Because if you look at everything that we can do, and most of it we do automatically for you, it is really, really hard to compete as a typical agent. If you had to do all the things I'm about to show you by hand, it would take hours a week. Instead, you can just open the emails and click and share and be done in maybe 10 or 15 minutes a week, and you will look like a marketing powerhouse. If you're able to convey that to a potential home seller, you're going to win that listing. And in order to learn how to do that, click on this button over here that says listing presentation. And that will give you a high level of what we're doing, but also how to present us to prospective home sellers. But I do want to dive into the Get Started page here to show you a couple of things that you're going to need to know. All right. And the one close to the top is the top 5 tools. Now I'm going to walk you through these tools, and I'm going to actually show you some feedback from some of our clients who are using these exact tools. And that's why they are our top 5 tools, because we have so many clients using them and we see that they work throughout the country. Also, if you're somebody who's interested in generating more listings, I recommend that you open this article, which is the top 7 seller lead gen tools. And we rank the top 7 tools in order of what tools leads convert the fastest into actual business. There are other tools that generate more leads, but those leads do not convert as quickly. And so this page ranks on which ones, which tools would generate the leads that convert the fastest. So if you're interested in getting more listings in your business, then get this article right here and open it up. In this section, CRM integration, this is important. Ideally, you're using a CRM. If not, and you plan to be using listings to leads, you're going to wind up with hundreds of leads. That means you need to get a CRM. So how you connect that to your account, it's right here. The next section that I want to point out here is called auto posting. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I recommend you all turn that on. It is really powerful, and it definitely saves you a lot of time. And our clients, actually, again, referencing the call we just got off, one of our client, this lady, Kathleen, I don't know how she did it, but she stumbled onto turning on an auto posting for a landing page for new construction, and didn't quite know that she had done it, but she remembers doing it. And while she was driving, her phone starts a message, a chat on Facebook through her Facebook Messenger. She can see her phone having this dialogue. It actually wasn't her having the dialogue. It was the chat bot that we had created that all of you have in your account that was having a dialogue back and forth while she was driving. Later on, she had a call with him that evening. She went and Googled him, of course, and found out he's like an ex-NBA star. There are a lot of tools, and to learn of how to use them, this page is a great resource. If you're an agent without any listings, I recommend that you open this page called the No Listing Lead Generation. These are the tools that you can use if you don't have any listings, right? So I've definitely looked there. There's a section here on landing pages and Facebook ads, and I definitely, landing pages are a really smart thing, smart strategy to use in real estate advertising. And you definitely want to be leveraging those. You get unlimited landing pages, and I'm sure you're trying to grow your business. And then here you can sign up for our live classes. So this is all under the Get Started page. That is on the home page as soon as you log in. All right. Now, another great resource is right up here. There's a support tab on the top right. And if you click that, I recommend that you put your questions right here in this box in the left. Our entire support team watches this, and so it is the fastest way to get an answer. You might think actually dialing an 800 number and hitting 1 would be faster. It can sometimes be the fastest way to get dropped into voicemail. If you need a quick answer, put it right in this box, okay? Now, the other resource for you, which I think is just super awesome, is our online mastermind group. It's a private group in Facebook. And if you're not in it, because you're a client, you should be in it. All right. And if you are not in it, let me show you the fastest way to join. You can actually, let's see here. I think, well, there should be a button on your homepage. This is the office homepage. You should have one to join it. But that one, for some reason, is just slow. The fastest way to join this group, because it's private, you can't actually find it, is to find me. My name is Vincent Meza, M-E-Z-A. I'm in Lafayette, California, the VP of Sales for Listings to Leads. And if you friend me on Facebook, and I'll accept it, then just say, hey, you know, I'm at C21 American Properties, and I'll just, bam, I'll get you an invite instantly. So that's the fastest way to get there, but let me point out why you want to be here. This is where Scott and I share the latest things that are you know, kind of working, right? And so, but it's also where our clients come in to say what's working for them, right? And then I want to show you a new client. This lady joined our group in the summer of this year, and she just asked a question, right? She was new to us. She didn't know much about us, and she just, before she starts investing her time, her question was, who here is generating 2 listings a month or more strictly from listings to leads tools, right? And then you've got just a stack of responses, right? But one, which is really cool, is from Dustin Fox, and he says, we average 2 listings from each marketed listing, all from listings to leads tools. We're trying to get that number to 3. So take 1 listing, put it in our system, use our tools, follow the directions, and get 2 more new listings. And for Dustin, ideally 3 by this year, right, by the end of the year. And then Terry had a nice follow-up question, which is just the classic real estate follow-up question. What's the one thing I should do? I don't want to do this whole platform. I want to do one thing. And Dustin answered it just the way I would have answered it. He said, the best tip I can give you is do everything on the checklist and don't overthink it. And then he goes on to say why and all the results and this and that. But that's the truth. Our tools, I'm going to show you in a minute, are designed to get buyers. They're designed to get listings at the exact same time. And you'll see why. It's pretty much common sense, right, of how it works. We're not super smart writing algorithms and all kinds of fancy stuff. We just sort of use some common sense approaches and add them to tools that realtors want to use on a daily basis. And it works, right? Again, just to repeat, the way it works is you use the tools. So this is another one from Kathleen Carmichael, who was just on the call like 30 minutes ago. Um, and she was the lady who's gotten like 7 deals in months with us, right? And so she actually was on the call, and I asked her like, how did she learn? And she goes, I just keep learning bit by bit of your platform, and now she's only using us. She's using MailChimp for a weekly email blast, and she's investing in video, and that's her strategy, and she's growing. But in this case, she came in the spring and said, "Hey, I want to share the latest results for my new listing, my neighborhood. I did a 3-day coming soon ad or campaign. Then I switched it to active, pushed the tools to my sellers. We both pushed it in neighborhood community pages on Facebook and personal pages. I paid for a $30 ad and then an open house $21 ad. I have a text to sell writer. This is another part of our system. And I used the letter for the nearest 250 homes. 7 days of work, $51 of spend, got 82 leads, 10 texts to sell, 60 people in her open house. The neighbor came by and said she's ahead of 99% of other agents. And an agent came in that open house and said, how did she get so many people in there? So, and then she said, I'm thrilled, right? And we're thrilled to see those kinds of results. And we were so thrilled. We had her on a live call today for all of our clients. So get in the mastermind group, because you're going to see that post, or you're going to see that call live with her on it, talking about what she's doing with our platform. So that's some kind of cool stuff. But before I leave this section, I want to show you a couple of more things. It's one of those tools that I'm mentioning is our top 5 tools. And it's a tool that I want you to get familiar with. I'm going to show you where it is. This came from Dustin Fox, the guy who says he gets 2 new listings for every listing that he puts in. This is one of those tools. This tool is automatically generated for every one of your listings. Notice it's not the sexiest thing in the world. It's not super high tech or nothing, right? It's just common sense. It says, I'm selling a home in your area, and it might be just listed. In this case, it was sold. Or it could also be open house. But then at the bottom, it says, when this home sells, it's going to affect your home value. So go to this website to get your free home value. This is the #1 tool for capturing listing leads that convert the fastest into business. He took that letter, he put it in a nice envelope, he put his little 1-page calendar in there, he even put a little 1-pager of his Zillow reviews in there. His strategy was to make this not look like junk mail so people wouldn't throw it away. I can tell you this post has nearly 200 comments from other agents around the country who are following up and doing this exact same thing. And Dustin's even upped his game here. I can tell you he kind of went high tech. He went and bought himself a $5 silver glitter Sharpie pen. And he handwrites the address instead of those labels you see, so that more people open and don't throw away his high valuable letter that we have created automatically for him. So, what he did say here, and I got to repeat this, he did spend $625 to spend this to send that letter to 250 homes. Not everybody has that, right? So I understand that. He did, however, get 10 listings with an average commission of $17,000. And that's why he took the time to say, this is the highest ROI in our business. It's that one simple letter. Now, other people, they find the same letter and they apply it to their market a different way. And there's another lady, this is her business page, Cheyenne Lake. I know that's not her name. I can't remember her name. She found the same letter and decided to door knock for 7 hours on 200 homes. She picked up 4 listings with the same letter. So this letter is really powerful. We generate it for you automatically. If you want more listings, I suggest that you get it into your market, wherever you want more listings. So that's enough about the mastermind group. That's enough about what other people have done. Let's talk about where the tools are for you. All right. So to do that, I'm going to click on, now I'm logged in as the office, so there's a slightly different view than what you have. But I'm going to go over here to Lisa. Lisa has a couple of listings here. And she's got two that are under contract, right? Now, one thing about under contract is when a home is, let me click on the status here. When a home is active, just listed, or open house, the call to actions are designed to get listings, or not listings, get buyers. When a home is under contract, active, contingent, pending, or sold, the call to actions flip over to become a listing lead, right? Home value. So let's go over here and click on the task list, which is really where you work through the task list. And remember, that's what Justin said, you got to do this. And so she's kind of, from what I can see, done a few of the top 5 things. So she's got number 1, check, tools for your social media. Number 2, check, tools for your seller social media. The single property website she's using, that's cool. That's not one of our top 5, but it's definitely a cool tool, so I'd use it. I would recommend the virtual tour. I'm going to check the box here, and I want you to watch. When I check this box, it puts a date right here. That's all it does. It does not take care of the function. All right. The next one is the e-flyer for your database. And the next one is under print marketing. And I'm going to go through these 6 things right now. Since she's got her own 3, and there are 3 that I want you to know, I want you to definitely do this for every listing at every status, okay? So in order to work on these, you got to click the green button to the right. So I'm going to click that first one for your social media. And what this agent is, she's ahead of the curve. And I'll tell you why, because she's already turned on auto posting. If you don't have auto posting turned on, you need to get it turned on. And it looks like Lisa here, this is what her single property website looks like. And this little box up here is telling me that we auto posted this to her social media on October 24th. So let's click this Facebook button, and this is going to show us what the actual post looks like. Now you can do this yourself. And that's interesting because she's not using it the way that we have done it with our design. So she's doing something slightly different, which is kind of cool. I will show you how we do it by default. But the point of auto posting is that it gets to your business page. It's done automatically for you. Yeah, there's a great picture. But more importantly to all that, if somebody clicks on that post, it opens up a tool that's designed to capture a lead for you, right? That home is sold or under contract, and it says when that thing sells, it's going to affect your home value. Get your free home value here. So if you type in your address and click go, Lisa's going to have my address. And if I want to get my instant home value, I've got to give Lisa my contact information. So that's the whole point of how we capture leads. Now, that's automatically over to her social media. I'll show you what the default stuff looks like. She had sort of customized that herself. But there's also, if I'll expand it one more time, if you don't want to do it automatically, which maybe some reason that you don't, you can also click these share buttons right here. And if I click share on Facebook, it'll push that to Facebook, right? And notice it says it's under contract. That's because this is under contract. And for some of you, things go into contract real fast, right? Here's a great home that went into contract in 7 days, right? You ever have something like that happen? If that happens, it's funny. I talked to so many realtors. And somebody said, I don't have any listings. My listings went into contract in 4 days, right? It's like, well, that is a great story to tell the market. I'm going to push this to Facebook and we'll look at it in a minute. Because when you're trying to get business in real estate, you want to let people know that you know how to sell properties. And I don't, you guys are kind of pros. You're in real estate. And for you, this is fun. This is your profession. For me as a homeowner, selling my home is right up there with getting a root canal. That is not a fun prospect that all of us are looking forward to, right? So if you can tell me I have sold a home above asking, I got multiple offers, I got a contract in X number of days, That's great news. You're gonna you want to share that with people, and I just showed you how you could share that. So before I kind of jump, let's go over and look at what I just shared, so that you can see this, right? So this is me physically sharing it, right? I wrote, here's a great whatever that went into contract in 7 days, right? If you see that and you like it, you click it, you got it. The landing page is there to help you get a listing lead, right? So let's go over to the next one, the seller social media. This tool is something that I think has the most resistance from our clients. And our clients who use it are just loving it. Their clients are using it. And what I want to point out is we email this to you. Don't ignore it. Copy what's between the two red lines at the end of the email and give it to your client. So let's imagine now that Lisa is my realtor and she sends it to me, which we can do automatically. Like you can set it up in your account to send this tool automatically. It'll copy you. And then the homeowner puts it on their wall. Now I want to point out, and you should listen to this call that this lady Kathleen was on like a half hour ago, because she said that when she is talking in a listing presentation, she is telling them up front, I am going to be involving you because it's just what it's the way that she works. And you should really hear this call because she was really great in saying she's competing against flat fee realtors. And with our platform, she's winning less listing presentations because you got to be competitive. And meaning the homeowner has to be competitive. It's not a slam dunk you're going to sell your house. So she's using this and in that presentation saying, I'm also involving you. I'm going to be sending you tools and you're going to get them and I'm going to help you use those. So in this case, this is Lisa sending a tool to me, the homeowner, and I put it on the wall and it says, we got an offer on our home. It's now under contract. Thank you, Lisa at Century 21, for all your hard work and dedication and continued marketing until our home is sold. Check it out and leave a comment. Now, if you click on that picture, yeah, it's a tool that's going to capture a listing lead for you. But we create this tool automatically when the home is just listed, when it's open house, when it's under contract, and if she updates it to when it's sold. And I don't know if Lisa is on this call. She has 2 listings. Are either of them sold? And that's kind of the nature, and that's a question. If Lisa's on this call, let me know if these properties have sold because we'll make the switch and you can see it. But if you can imagine your client is on Facebook, most of your clients have friends on Facebook. They might have hundreds of friends. Those friends might be family. She's not on the call. Okay, Mike, no worries. Those friends might be family. They might be colleagues. They might be old, high school and college friends. And what's going on is they are sharing with all those people that they're sharing, their kids' pics and their grandkids' pics and the recipes and all the other fun stuff. They are sharing that you are their realtor. They're sharing that when it's just listed, when it's open house, and when the home is under contract and just sold. And that's a great thing for you if you want referrals from those people, right? I don't know how you get those referrals. Some of you leave really cool cutlery, right? That's a cool thing to do. Maybe you leave some business cards. In our world, we get your name in front of your clients, friends, and family and colleagues multiple times, right? And that's, we think, really works. And actually, we know it works because our clients are coming back and saying, we're getting listing leads out of this and getting listings, not just capturing contact information. Now, the single property website is really awesome. We create it for you automatically. It looks like Lisa is using that. And for some reason, it's not opening. Let's click that one more time and see what the issue is. Come on. I don't know, giving me some grief. There you go. This tool is, I would recommend you share this on social media, right? Give it to people who are interested about this home. We automatically generate it for you. It is mobile optimized, so anywhere you put it, it's just designed for you and to showcase the home. And when the call to action comes up, it's designed to get you a listing lead. So you should definitely be taking advantage of that single property website. But the one thing that you need to understand or know is our virtual tour. There are many things, but our virtual tour It looks just like what I just showed you, the single property website. It's the same architecture. It's mobile optimized. Like I mentioned, the call to action is designed to capture listing leads for you because it's under contract. Now, here's something that you guys have that maybe you don't know that you have, and definitely a lot of your competitors and even other colleagues don't know. You have a platform called Dash, and it may not be called Dash in your office, but it's a software program provided to you by Realogy, which is your parent company, and it is the strongest syndication tool that you've got. And here's why: you can go edit your listing and drop this virtual tour link, the web address, right? You can drop it in your listing on Dash, and they'll syndicate this virtual tour out to all the major portals, right? But they'll also syndicate it out to you with your listings when it goes to competitor offices. So you're with Century 21. Do you have a Coldwell Banker in your area, in your MLS? Do you have an ERA? Do you have a Sotheby's? Are they showing your listings with broker reciprocity? The answer is probably yes. And when your listing shows up on their website, if there's an inquiry, do you know where that lead goes? It goes to the agents on that website. But people will, before they ask an agent anything, they will definitely click on a virtual tour. So if you send this virtual tour, Dash will push this virtual tour to the Coldwell Banker sites, to Sotheby's, and to ERA, and to Better Homes and Gardens if they're there as well. So that if somebody clicks on this lead only goes to you. These hyperlinks on the left, these accompany your tools. This home value link, this lead only goes over to you. Okay? So if you're interested in more leads, get this virtual tour inside of Dash on your listing. Now the next one is the e-flyer for your database. And Mike, do your agents use a CRM? If you do, and I know you do have something called Zap, not everybody's totally in love with that, but if you're using a CRM, you should use this about once a week. This is, and you can use this by just clicking copy code up here. And when you copy the code, it's copying HTML code. It looks really freaky like this, right? Then you go over to your CRM and you paste in this code, then you press a button and it looks like this again. And then you blast it out as an email. And notice it says, this home is under contract. Now you don't have to use it at every status. I do recommend that you might use it whenever you have something just listed or an open house or just sold. But you don't have to do every status. But basically it's saying, we've got a home for sale. You can click on that link or that picture and that's going to take you to the landing page to capture a lead. But then it also says when this home sells, it's going to affect your home value. And then it's going to drive right to Lisa's, let's see if I can get that, right to Lisa's home value page, right? So this is a great tool to use on the database if Lisa is interested in getting more listing leads, right? You're saying, hey, one, I've got a home for sale. I've got an open house. I just listed or I just sold something. But two, you can get your home value right here. And now I'm going to have your email address and your address, okay? So definitely a great tool. Yeah, let's see here. I think we're okay. I don't think we have any questions. So that is the e-flyer for your database. And while you may have a lot of listings, I just recommend that you at least use this letter once a week on your database. We've got a lot of clients who have been realtors for years. Kathleen was a realtor for 20 years. So we're excited to hear when somebody who's doing this for 20 years says, yeah, I only use your platform. And she drops these things on that database, right? But I've got other clients that have been buying leads for years. They got 3,000 leads. Nothing's happening. They're just dripping on them. And then they drop that flyer on there. And suddenly these people are re-engaged as buyers and sellers, right? Not all of them, but some of them. That's the point of using this on a consistent basis. Now, the last tool in this section is under the print marketing. And what I want to point out is we have postcards and door hangers that look and act the same way as what I'm about to show you, which is the nearby homeowner letter. And the nice thing about this is there are multiple ways to get this in the market, but this is the letter that I was mentioning to you earlier from Dustin Fox and Cheyenne Lake, which is automatically created. We actually email this tool to you, and the way to get the value is to open it up and print it and get it in the neighborhood where you want more listings, right? So, and let me explain this to you. I mentioned it to you earlier. This is not rocket science. This is not high tech. This thing just works. And that's because what you're telling people is, I am selling a home in your area. It's either just listed or open house or I sold it. And you can go learn about that home by going to this web address. But also, when that sells, it's going to affect your home value. So you can go to this address and get your free home value. Right there, get your free home value. This tool here generates the fastest converting listing leads. So I recommend that you make this part of your business going forward. If you got a listing in your account, we create it for you automatically. Yes, we email it to you automatically. What we cannot do is get it in your market for you automatically. That's where you come in. So those are the top tools for marketing a listing. What I want to point out again is you should do these 5 steps or 6 steps as we've got here at every status. Now, for me, we've been doing this together, and it takes me a little bit of time, right, to kind of walk you through it and check and show you where it is. For you to do these things, it might take you 5 or 10 minutes because it's just not that long. What will take you a little bit more time is getting your print flyer out in the market, but you don't need to do it for every listing at every status. You know, pick your battles, or you'll start to understand when you start getting results, you know, you might want to use that more often. But what I want to get back to, and the place where I want to point out, let's just go to listings. I'm backing up. I'm not getting where I want to get to. The key to updating your status, if we don't get it automatically, like we may not get your open houses automatically. Click edit and add your open house. Mike, are there any open houses this weekend for any of these properties? I don't see any here. Oh, I do right here. So let me click on that and let me show you what a listing landing page looks like when you have an open house. Because like I said, now that it's not pending, it's basically we're after buyers, right? And so that same landing page, instead of saying, hey, let's get you a free home value, it's saying, hey, there's some time-sensitive stuff here. If I click that blue button, continue with Facebook, you know what happens? This flash on the website happens. This big window opens up. And what that's doing is getting your name, or if I clicked it, my name and email to the agent. That's why this tool is so powerful. It captures contact information instantly. Let's click on the Facebook icon here and let's look at what it looks like over on the business page. Yeah, so this is a standard way of what your tools should look like. It has the emojis, which we love. And let me just say something about emojis. I resisted talking about emojis for at least 2 years, right? And that's because I associate emojis with children and Snapchat and things like that. But what you should know, and what we know from years and thousands of ads going out, is that if you put emojis, those little colorful icons, on anything on social media, people will click on them more. And as you can imagine, while this looks cool on your social media, if people click on it, you've got a higher likelihood of capturing a lead because this tool is behind it. So that's how you market listings. And I definitely recommend that you're doing that, that you're using our tools if you want more buyers and if you want more listings. Now, I am also going to click over on, let's click on Katie. I don't know if Katie's on the call, because there's a section here that I want to talk about, which is auto posting. And you should all connect your auto posting. I'm going to do it right now because this is the thing that is confusing, but if you do it, it's really helpful for you. You click on this connect with Facebook, and I will disconnect when we're done, but let's just go through it. And it always confuses people because it says, hey, continue as you, and a good number of agents get scared and say, I don't want to put it on my personal page. We cannot post it to your personal page. When you click yes, it takes you to all of your business pages. Oh, I think it's because I'm already connected. Yeah. So, yeah, this is not good. It's jumping a page because I'm already connected on my personal page. So there are instructions. You basically got to select the pages that you want to post here, and then connect to Twitter, connect to LinkedIn. Even if you have only 5 friends, because we have hashtags, connect to Twitter and connect to LinkedIn. You will get buyers and listings from those posts. Then once you've connected, go over here, click this green button here, and paste it right here, like I've done. And I would recommend that you copy that, not like that, I kind of moved it. I would recommend that you just copy and paste that emoji a couple more times, because it visually slows people down, and that's the goal. These hashtags show up, so if you're on not on Facebook, but on Twitter and LinkedIn, if people are following realtors or real estate, they're going to see that. Also, if you've got any kind of brand like Rockstar Realtor or whatever, maybe it's your team name, put it there. And every time we post, we're going to put that up there, right? So you're building that brand as well. And I will take this off so that nothing gets saved. I'm going to go back here and disconnect because I don't want Lisa's stuff or Tracy's things to get posted into my world. But that's how you set up auto posting, and I definitely recommend that you do that. And then the last thing is we have a section over here called landing pages. And it's funny, I mentioned this call that we had with an agent. She somehow stumbled around, found this new construction homepage, and turned on our new bots. It's short for chatbot, which means if you get a response in a messenger on Facebook, it is a dialogue that just sort of happens. So she posted this as an ad on Facebook with our chatbot, and her phone just started talking back and forth with this prospect. And this prospect is basically an ex-NBA star. And he wants to buy a new home. So there she was. She's like, and her phone or our software is having a conversation with this guy, and now she's already having phone calls with the guy, right? So there are landing pages for new construction, down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. You can customize these. There's a free home value page here. But the number one page that everybody should have is Property Valuation Plus, right? And if you click on Property Valuation Plus, you as a realtor should have, I would say, at least 3 of these in your quiver, right? And you're in the Boston area. I don't really know Boston that well, but I know a couple of places, right? I know Back Bay, I know Cambridge, I know that cool kind of Italian area with the great restaurants over there by the water. That's awesome. But wherever you're planning to build your business, type in the name and then say, what is your, Back Bay home worth? Don't use this picture. We drop it right on the section to upload a picture. Put in a picture of your neighborhood, right? I got a picture right here of Boston. So I'm going to upload it here and save it. And that's what you need to do. And while that's baking, I'm going to take us over here and drill down a little bit on those background pictures, because those things are critically important to the success of you getting good leads. And we know this because we've been using these things for years. But, I set up the offices around the country. I do this training call for our clients around the country, for any of our offices. And when I set up the Coldwell Banker office in New Jersey in Summit, their manager came back and said, hey, the number one landing page for home value leads has the picture of the Summit Diner on the back, right? And that's a really important thing to know, because I think a lot of realtors think I need to have the big multi-million-dollar home in the background, right? And what happened? That did not work. You know what? My page Maybe it's my internet is just giving me grief today. Let's see here. Yeah, it didn't work. Um, the point is, you want to add a picture that looks like your area. That makes, because what you're going to do with this ultimately is you're going to put this in front of people that you don't know. And you might put that on Facebook. You might put that on a flyer. You may run an ad somewhere. But whatever, people are going to land on this page and you're going to ask them for their address and their contact information. Now, I'm pretty sure all of you have been snooping around the internet for probably a few years, right? How often are you happy to be giving away your address and contact info? How often do you want to do that? Pretty much not too often. So what you're got to remember is you're trying to establish trust. And a very easy way to establish trust is to say, hey, you know what? I know your neighborhood. I've lived in here. I've been in this restaurant that's been here for 70 years because it's on Main Street in Summit, New Jersey. So if you know that and I know that, I am more likely to trust something that you're putting in front of me. So that's the long-winded answer to that. You need, number one thing, you need to put a picture of Back Bay or Cambridge or Boston in the background to make me confident that you know my area. After that, click Advanced Options, click Follow Up, and check this box right here. So anytime you get a lead with an address, an email address, we're going to send them a monthly, what do you call it? A monthly updated value, right? And it's funny, if you look at our mastermind group, which I talked about earlier, somebody came in the group today and say, I just got a listing appointment from this. I didn't know what was going on. What do I do? Right? What do I do on a listing appointment? I don't know how long that person's been a realtor. But basically, they did turn this on. They did capture leads. And this little automated letter gave that lead an updated value. And at some point, that person said, yeah, I'd like to schedule an appointment with you. There's some other cool things in this section here in the advanced options. Under email and print, this little article is a home sale report. You can type in a little info here, like, 50 homes sold, and just give like 2 or 3 lines right here and save it. And then we embed it right here. And then it says that's affected your home value. Click here to get your free home value. You know what happens there. Click here to see all homes for sale, or click down here on any one of my hyperlinks that are driving to my website or my landing page, right? So if I save this, this is going to go right here. Now I can copy the code and blast it on my email. Mike, I'm going to click send, and this is going to go to you, and you can just look at it yourself and go, oh, that's kind of cool. We need to use this. And yeah, all of you need to use this. But there's also another cool thing over here. It is the home value header. So let me see. Let me go to Boston restaurants, right? And let's just talk about you wanting to capture information, right? Wanting to not just capture leads, but also share information, right? I know a lot of you realtors have figured out how to copy and paste onto social media. You put these great colorful things. Some of them are helpful to you, others are not, right? But let's just say that you wanted to share something about a new event that's coming up, or an article that you think is super cool. Maybe it's a parade, maybe it's a holiday, or maybe it's this restaurant week in Boston. Well, instead of just sharing that to social media, you could go over to our landing page, and let me find it. I'm sorry for clicking around, and go to this home value header and click add home value letter and paste in the link here. Click fetch, call it title, call it Boston Restaurant Week, right? And then the description, I don't even know if anybody sees this, so I'm just going to type in let's eat. And then the target URL, you need to type in, I would say all one word, Boston Restaurant Week. And if you know anything about SEO, this can have a chance to, let's click add, to be seen, right? So now I've got this new page here. I'm going to click on the eyeball to show you what this looks like. It basically says, hey, do you want to know what your home is worth, right? And then not right now, in 2 seconds, here's the article that you wanted to share, right? And we'll give it a second. And it looks like I'm having some internet issues. The article that I put there should be right here. And my apologies that it's not. But notice there's also a header here. So if I was, and what the heck happened there? That article, which we just copied, should be right here. I just did it yesterday. I think I'm having some internet connections. Hopefully you can even hear me. But while I'm reading that article, if I later on want to get my home value, I click there and it takes me to that landing page, which is designed to get me more listing leads. So just a couple of great ways of using that home value landing page. I definitely recommend that you guys use our landing pages. I can tell you that. If you're into growing your business, landing pages are a really smart solution because they're different from a website. They do not have all the information about you, about schools, about the neighborhoods, about mortgage rates, about whatever. It has one thing. You want information about new construction? Give me your contact info. You want information about down payment assistance? Give me your contact info. You want your home value? Give me your contact info. Do you want contact info? Do you want leads to build your database and to build your business? Use the landing pages and use our tools that we automatically generate to market your listings. So guys, that was me rambling on for close to an hour. Are there any questions? You can put it in the chat panel there if you do have questions. Can you hear me? Is my internet down? that wouldn't surprise me. What I want to say here, yeah, Alvin, what's your question? Okay. Question. I want to remind you, if you're not in our mastermind group, connect with me, Vincent Meza at Listings Leads, or if one of you are in there, you can invite each other. We will confirm to make sure you're a client. It is it's a private secret group for clients only. When we post a listing, we assume that the people wanting to see the photos is a buyer. Well, yes, I guess you can say that. What is it a neighbor wanting to list with somebody? What is it is a neighbor? What if a neighbor wants to list with somebody? Well, that's why you want to use the tools, Alvin. If you're sharing our tools, like your question is saying, what if I share photos? We would never tell an agent to put photos on the internet. I see agents do it all the time, right? I've got colorful things that I want to share with people. So I'm just going to load those up. There's no lead capture on that. That's just like them saying, okay, well, I'm going to hope that you're going to like message me. That's not our thought process at all, right? For us, if you've got a listing and you want to share the photos, well, then there are a number of tools that you can share. So when you take this, and let's just go to the single property website, and I'm not even going to click into it. I'm just going to click Facebook here, and I share this, right? So I'm going to share this single property website, and then I could write, what a cool home or whatever, right? So I'm going to kind of walk through what I think you're saying, but this shares a picture, right? You see what we call the share image, right? And from the share image, the open house says to click for more photos. That's right. That's right. Okay. So you're talking about the post. So it says click for more photos. And then, so when it is an open house, This home is for sale. So when I click on this, it is similar to an open house. When a home is just listed, open house, or active for sale, the post is going to say click for more photos and more information. The call to actions here are for capturing buyers. Okay? When a home is pending, under contract, or sold, this same lead capture form that we're looking at right here converts into capturing listing leads. You also have a link that you can attach to all of your tools that says, what is your home worth? And that can drive right to your landing page that's designed to capture, listing leads for you, right? So yes, a home that is just listed, coming soon, active or open house, it is by default designed to capture buyer leads. The messaging that goes out on the auto posting is telling you, if you want to learn more about this house, click here. And when you click there, it opens up the landing page about that home or the single property website about that home. And this home is, you can see from the red banner, it's for sale. If it's under contract, pending, or sold, the call to actions become, they're designed to capture listing leads, right? Which means you're going to get a home value. So I hope you can see how the same listing can capture. Can I embed a more prominent value link in that page? No. This is for a listing. There's a what is your home worth link right here. There's a link that says free home values right here. Since this home is showcasing, since this is designed to market a home, I don't know what you're thinking about maybe putting get your home value right here. That's not going to make your client happy if this is to market their home. But if you do scroll down, there's a big old graphic right here that says what is your home worth, and guess what? That's designed to get your home value leads as well. So there are 3 points on this page which is designed to market your client's home to help you get more listings. Yeah, so hopefully that solves your question. Again, that message from Dustin, don't overthink this stuff. I know there are a lot of real estate people, a lot of great ideas. My partner, Scott, he's like ADD. He is constantly tinkering on these things to get as many leads as we can. I would recommend that you just get these tools on the internet, right? I recommend that you get in there, get your listings. The thing I can tell you of anything is, if you want to sort of tell us, hey, it would be better if you can do this or that with the tool, put it in the support page right here. But the number one thing each of you should do is to make sure that your open houses get in here, that you change your home from active to open house, or active to under contract, or under contract to pending, or sold, or whatever. And once you've taken advantage of those statuses, go into this task list and do the top 5 tools that I mentioned to you, right? And I'm gonna click them again right here. Your social media, seller social media, the virtual tour goes in dash, the e-flyer for your database, and the print flyer for nearby homeowners. I don't know whose listing this is. It's on 916 Pleasant Street. All I did was add the dates here. This did nothing in terms of getting these tools out onto the market. I showed you just, that's what we went through earlier. Yeah. So this is Deb. Hey, long day to Mike. Oh, okay. Oh, it's Deb. Okay. What is the main difference between the auto Facebook posts and the ones that you manually post? Is it basically the wording on top of the post? When you post it manually, it's one at a time action. Yeah, that's right. So yes, let's see if I can find an example here. This here is an auto post of a listing. Okay, it's on Walpole. Do you know the address of this, Deb? Do you know the address of this listing right here? But I don't even need to know. Oh, it's 14 Clear Pond. Okay, cool. Give me a second. Give me a second to go find this listing. And let me do this, 14 Clear Pond right here. So that post, it's open house, right? So it's open house. And over here, there's the open house. And how will I share that manually? So I'm going to show you the difference. If I open up this same tool and I click share, this is what's going to happen. The picture is exactly the same, right? Now it's, what do I got to write? I got to write, hey, here's a great home, right? Click for pics. I got to add some emojis, and then there are other things, right? I might want to add, notice all of the stuff here that we automatically put there. If you like that and you want that, and I actually recommend that you do want the emojis and you do want the hashtags and you do want your hashtags that are building your brand. If you want all that and you like to type and you know, and you have a way to get emojis in there, then do it by hand, right? Do it manually. If you just want us to do it for you automatically, then you do it just like I'm doing it right now. That is the only difference of auto posting and you doing it manually. It's like, some of us really like typing and we like to go over here and click on emoji things and paste them. I don't, right? That's the wrong page. I actually have an emoji board here. And so, yeah, if you have that and you know how to do all that, I mean, most people don't know how to get an emoji, right? So if you don't, you just want us to do it automatically for you, then set it up for auto posting. And then all you got to do at that point is go into your listings and just say, hey, I want to update the status. I want to update the, drop in the open house, and boom, we do that for you automatically. We only do the one thing automatically, right? We only do that listing landing page automatically. We don't put it on your seller's wall. We don't do the print flyer. We don't do any of that. We do send those tools to you automatically. And if you just open up your emails and you work from there, you can do that. But that one tool for your social media, that's what we do automatically. And you set that up under auto posting on your profile. So you go up to the top right, that'll get you to your profile. And then when you click on your profile, there's a section that says auto posting, and you connect there, and that's how you do that. Any other questions, Deb? Or anybody, Alvin? Well, okay. Since there aren't any more, I am going to repeat. I definitely want all of you, you're welcome. I want all of you to get in our mastermind group. Deb, if you're not in there, friend me on Facebook, Vincent Meza Listings Leads. I'll get you in, and then you can invite the other agents, and then we'll approve those agents. I will get this call up on the World Wide Web here in a few minutes, and I'll send this link to you as well. Okay? So since I don't see any other questions, thanks so much for joining us, or for joining me. And I know, because we've been doing this for 10 years, you're welcome, Alvin. We do a lot. I mean, you got to look at it from our perspective. We're building a product that we want clients to use, and that means we have to create tools for all the elements of your business, not when you just have an open house, not when you just have a listing. We want to make sure you stick with us. So there are a lot of tools. So the point of that is that you cannot flick one switch and turn all of this on. There are many tools you're going to have to learn how to use, but I do guarantee it, you're going to get more listings and more business when you learn about how to apply these tools. So thanks so much, everybody. Thank you, Deb. I'll get this recording to you shortly. And I'm going to give you one more pro tip. In the winter, we just had daylight savings here. Right around a week before Thanksgiving, a number of your competitors are going to take the winter off. The market slows down. Everybody's got to pay attention to their family and all that. A lot of our clients will not be slowing down, and they will be tearing up the internet and getting leads while everybody else is taking a break. I don't know which side of the fence you want to fall on, but we have our clients generating a ton of leads in business right around the holidays. I hope that's you guys are taking advantage of that too. Thanks so much, everybody, and lean on our support team.